Yeah, hi everyone. This is Dr. OG from MP Skills Made Easy Workshop, and I just wanted to welcome you to our Urgent Care course. The Urgent Care course is one of our most popular courses with our nurse practitioner colleagues. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen because I want to show you, just again, introduce the Urgent Care course for those of you that may be considering, starting out in urgent care. Okay, so this course right here, it is a course that would get you ready for the urgent care. We did create this, my colleagues and I, who are ER nurse practitioners, urgent care nurse practitioners, and of course, nurse educators. We all did put heads together to create this course. So our urgent care course, first of all, is self-paced. It's a great resource for new and expert providers. So the way that we structured this is really for you to take the didactic course, and then at some point, and I'll say a few weeks after, getting into the material, getting really familiar with it, that you would attend a 1 hour instructor-led suturing course. Before then, we're going to send out the free practice suture kit. This should be mailed to the address of your choosing. And then, of course, once you're done with this course, you would earn 27 CE cost credit. So again, continuing education hours. And then, of course, this would include 16 pharmacology hours. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this. So for those of you that are AAMP certified, just know that the ANCC can also be used for AAMP renewal. Okay, let me go ahead and just talk a little bit about the urgent care course and introduce this to you. Again, you can see the reviews. We have had more than 500 to 700 nurse practitioners who have started out in the urgent care, space that have taken this course, and they have nothing but good things to talk about related to this course. So again, I want for you to kind of think about it. So again, you want to imagine yourself performing all your clinical skills like your sutures, the toner removal, interpreting your own EKGs, getting a wet read of the X-ray before the radiologist gives you the final report, but at least you know exactly what you're looking at. And then, of course, so much more that is packed in this urgent care course. So again, you can see the reviews right here. Rebecca right here said the urgent care course is fantastic. And she says, make sure you watch the Zoom recordings that say instructor-led because these are fantastic. And if you ever struggle with the EKG interpretation like she did, she said that this will really help you. And then, of course, you can get a fake foot to practice alongside with the toner removal. So again, I would talk more about, the materials that we're going to send to you, which would include your suture kit, so that way you can continue to practice before you get together with our instructors for the 1 hour instructor led. We also have an extended suture class where, you're done maybe with the bread and butter sutures like your simple interrupted and simple running, but you're just wanting to, gather or acquire some more suture skills. We do have the mattress suture skills to teach. Again, this will be included in the extended VIP session. If you ever wanted to say, okay, well, I know the simple interrupted, I know the simple running, but I'm wanting to expand my horizon where related to suturing, then we have another class for those nurse practitioners who are wanting some more extensive related suture techniques. So again, you can see Carrie right here. She said the urgent care course was very helpful, great detail. Again, makes her feel very comfortable transitioning into a new area. And again, a great refresher and resource for urgent care providers. And she says the EKG and the suture section was the best. All right, so here we do have a little video for you to kind of look at. So you can just go on the website, and this is a short arm splint application video. So again, this is one of our instructors, Dr. Ayala, who would kind of guide you through to how to put on a short arm splint. So this would be the cross curriculum for the urgent care. Again, we're starting out with chapter 1. So the chapter 1 really is extensive. It really talks about all the procedures that you would encounter in your urgent care settings. So your basic suturing techniques, We'll talk about your simple running, simple interrupted. There is a video. It's a live video. It's not. It's a live video of one of our instructors actually performing the scale with a step-by-step, instruction. So that way you can go back and grab your suture pad once you receive it and start to practice. And then, of course, with incision and drainage, you're able to watch the lecture first. Just remember, all of the skills and procedures always would have a lecture that precedes the procedure itself. So again, you have the IND PowerPoint slides. You also have your splinting technique lecture before you watch the video of an actual person performing your splinting. And then, of course, the casting would be that bonus material. And then, of course, the digital nerve block, you're going to watch a video of a live digital nerve block. It wouldn't be on a human, but it would be on a mannequin. So that way, you're able to see exactly how to perform it in your own clinical setting. And then the partial nail avulsion with toner removal for onychocryptosis. You always want to know that technique as well if you're starting out in urgent care. And then we will demonstrate the subungual hematoma drainage. Again, this is a skill that will be really helpful for those of you starting out in the urgent care settings. So here, once you're done with the procedures, then you can go ahead and just segue into the chest X-ray interpretation. So here you have your X-ray course. We do have a lecture of the chest X-ray course, and then, of course, the MSK component of it and the abdominal X-ray interpretation. So again, this course is a very extensive course that would really help you honing your skills. You have access to watch the X-ray course multiple times till you get it. So again, this is a course that is very popular. We have providers that have really enjoyed watching and really learning from the X-ray interpretation course. And then after that, you have the EKG lecture. The EKG lecture, we did, two of our instructors actually were instrumental to developing this course and making sure that you covered both the urgent care and your family practice setting. So again, you're looking for 12-lead EKG, where you're wanting to know about your the cardiac access, the conduction system, the cardiac axis. You're wanting to know about hypertrophy, your bundle branch block, how to interpret those. Most of your ST segment, knowing about STEMIs, non-STEMIs. So again, this cardiac, the EKG course is really extensive and would help you really to hone in the skills. And there'll be plenty of examples really to get you to a place where you're very comfortable with interpreting your EKGs. And so that is chapter 1. Then chapter 2, there would be a lot of lectures related to your common urgent care disorders, infections and treatment modalities. So again, you're going to go really go into refresh or really to learn some new disorders that maybe you're not familiar with because you're starting out in the urgent care settings. So again, we start out with the HENT module. We're going to talk about your derm. Derm is a big thing as well in urgent care. Muscular, neurological, dizziness, and concussion. And then psych mental health was just added on because, again, in urgent care, sometimes you have patients that come in with anxiety. And for most of the FMPs, they really don't know what to do with those if you're not real familiar with psych patients. So again, we did add your antidepressants and your anti-anxiety module. And then for chapter 3, you're going to start seeing the red flags, how to identify those in your pediatric and your adult patients and when to refer the patient. So again, this chapter clearly just tells you exactly what to expect and who to refer to, like your acute abdomen, you're referring them to the ER. So again, this chapter 3 really just makes it clear how and when to refer a patient out. And then chapter 4 would be, of course, talking about your urgent care and emergency disorders. So again, all of your red flags, emergencies, and referrals. But again, breaking it down into sessions, into different sections where you have your HENT emergencies, MSK emergencies, neurological disorder emergencies, cardiac and respiratory disorder emergencies, GI, GU, derm and endocrine. And then, of course, you would really honing those skills to know when to refer a patient out. And then we have chapter five. So chapter five really talks about documentation. So again, you have all of this knowledge. You definitely want to make sure that you're documenting accurately, so that again you can receive your reimbursement in your clinical practice. And then we talk a little bit about your role as a nurse practitioner or the advanced practice provider in the urgent care. There is a medical malpractice lecture, and really just talks a little bit about how to practice in a way that is safe and competent. So you know the pitfalls, you know what to avoid. And then, of course, we have some samples right here that you can download your documentation samples. We also have your informed consent samples. So let's say your urgent care does not have that informed consent for when you're performing procedures. The informed consent sample would be a good one for you to kind of download and say, okay, well, I want to make sure that I'm covering myself from any type of liability. And so, of course, once you're done, then you have 1 full year access to this urgent care course. Again, why enroll? I kind of talked a little bit about it, joining lots and lots of your providers that have already taken this course and they're wanting just to, they did excel in urgent care. So here would be some more of our reviews and the urgent care course that everyone is raving about. I just wanted to take a minute to introduce you to this course and really to invite you, if you're starting out in urgent care and you're just feeling like, okay, well, I got the job now, I really don't know what to do, that this course is for you. We have also have had a lot of during our live sections on sessions on Zoom. We've had a lot of nurse practitioners from all over the world, from Australia, from Canada, and from here in the U.S., the United States of America. Really, just really appreciating all the efforts and all of the content that were added in the urgent care course. Okay, well, wanted to introduce this to you. My name is Dr. Oji, and from MP Skills Made Easy Workshop. If you ever have any questions or any concerns, please feel free to reach out to me directly. Our number here, our cell phone number, office number is 877-655-3577. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you inside.